Mousy cool Benz, yeah. I don't want that hoe, I want her friend. I wanna see it end, I wanna see it start, yeah. I don't need fuck with keys.
What is going on, you niggas and whores? This your boy Killer He-Man. I am back with another video, man. another video, goddamn. But anyway, we're going to be reacting to the Story of Mad Maxx. I honestly don't know who that is. That's my first time hearing that video. It was recently dropped yesterday, or yeah, I think it was yesterday or today. And as you know, Hip Hop Daily always be dropping the bangers. You know what I'm saying? So I had to react to this video, as you seen in the previous video I dropped, man. I'm going to be reacting to a lot of his videos because he dropped some factual shit that he knows, the shit that he be talking about. And there's another page, Hip Hop Madness. I know they got some cool shit too. And end of sentence, you be seeing me reacting to a lot of his videos as well, because he's dropped some shit that he knows. And I don't wanna give y'all videos that, you know, a nigga just like think about it. You know what I'm saying? So make sure you subscribe for that, because you'll be seeing a lot of this video in here. He almost had a meal. I hope he get that shit in the next 3 months, in the next 2 days. As a matter of fact, fuck that. You feel me? But make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and no, it's like, matter of fact, let me do my screen record for that. I almost forget. Goddamn. Me, nigga, you know what I'm saying? Real boy. My fault, y'all. I was not fully prepared for this motherfucker. Alright. Shit, we also, well, it says G Herbo, so I'm guessing Mad Maxx is from Chicago. That's my first guess. I don't know, but G Herbo's from Chicago, so Mad Maxx from Chicago. You know what I'm saying? But make sure you subscribe, make sure you like, and make sure you follow me like I said before. Let's get this channel to 100 subs. I would say by the end of March. You know, because I know like it's kind of slowly growing. Matter of fact, if we can do it before mid of March, I'll do a giveaway, man. Let's get into it. Mad Maxx, fuck it.
Mad Maxx was one of G Herbo's closest homies, and a rapper often shouts him out in songs. But
What?
he's also one of
So
known most
man.
attractive shooters and had a wild reputation in the streets before he got killed in 2018.
Big one.
Let's take a closer look at the story of Mad Maxx. All the info in this video is alleged. RIP to those who lost their lives. Mad Maxx, also known as C Money or Killer Chris, grew up on the east side of Chicago. He was mainly raised by his mom after his pops was murdered when he was 12 years old. So growing up, Max quickly adapted to his environment. Max was from No Limit, a set of renegade Black P Stones who merged with the Muskegon Boys, a renegade set of the GDs, to form NLMB.
And that,
he also had multiple brothers.
Hold on, my fault. I know.
Adapted to his environment. Max was from No Limit.
I forgot Brody's name, but yeah.
Set of renegade Black P Stones who merged with the Muskegon Boys, a renegade set of the GDs, to form NLMB.
If y'all know his name, let me know in the comment section.
Members of NLMB. Some say he was related to two well-known No Limit members
Kurt
named
was
Malik
lit too
and G Makesky, but it's
whatever.
unconfirmed if they was actually blood brothers or just grew up together. Either way, they all came up together with G Herbo and Lil Bibby, who are the two most famous rappers from the game. Since they're made with renegade sets, NLMB are known to beef with almost everyone on the east side, but they also a large gang with more structure than some of the other sets in Chicago. They seem to have more OGs around to guide the younger generation, which has helped the gang survive, even though they have so many enemies. The main sets that No Limit beefs with that's relevant to this story are Lakeside, KTS, and Black Mob. Black Mob are mainly Black P Stones, and Lakeside are mainly GDs, but they're both allied and beef with NLMB. KTS is an alliance between a bunch of different sets, including members of Lakeside and Black Mob, with well-known members like KTS Dre and Von. Mad Maxx was one of NLMB's most active members, and also one of KTS's most hated ops.
I have never heard these gangs at all. I heard about the Old Block, of course,
but like many
and
kids who was
different
respected in
gangs that
Chicago
they had
that ain't have
beef
another
with,
hustle
like Young
like rap,
Money and them.
Max eventually
But I
got out
never
of
heard
control
about them at
and
all.
led to his own death. At the time Max was coming up,
Whoa,
No Limit
whoa.
members, and also one of KTS's most hated ops. He was put on by his uncles and other older dudes in his hood on how to move in the streets. But like many kids who was respected in Chicago that ain't have another hustle like rap, Max eventually got out of control and it led to his own death. At the time Max was coming up, No Limit was locked in a heated war with Black Mob. Early on, the two gangs was cool with each other, but a dispute over territory eventually led them to beefing. In 2009, a dude from No Limit named Vito was trapping in Black Mob's territory without checking in or paying tax. So, a member of Black Mob violated Vito for not showing the proper respect. The leader of No Limit at the time told Vito to get payback on the dude who violated him. So, Vito ended up shooting at the dude in front of his family, which was a major violation of their laws. This led to a dispute between No Limit and Black Mob, which resulted in Vito getting shot. Vito's death set off a wave of retaliation shootings that created beef between the two gangs. At some point during this beef, a member of Black Mob in Lakeside named Dio was murdered while walking down the sidewalk in the 8100 block of South Manistee Avenue. It's not clear who murdered Dio, but it's been rumored that Mad Max was involved. This would be the first in a long series of murders that Max allegedly committed.
One of the murders that really kind of
Max was locked up for an alleged shooting, but there ain't much info because he was still a minor at the time. Not long after that, he was back on the streets and looking for revenge. Over the next few years, Max lost several of his OGs for No Limit, including his blood uncle. In November 2011, white folks, one of the leaders of No Limit, passed away. He died after being shot by members from Lakeside in 2006. A lot of NLMB members looked up to white folks, including Mad Maxx, so his death was a major loss to the gang. A few months later, there was an assassination attempt on a group of No Limit members that left 2 dead and several others injured. They was all standing on the corner outside of a liquor store on the 2500 block of East 79th Street when someone drove by and started busting shots with a Tech 9. 5 members of the group got hit and 2 ended up dying. NLMB Rock and Alamo sadly lost their lives, and 3 other members sustained serious injuries but survived. Rock was a beloved member of the gang who adopted the name Rock Block after he was killed. Alamo was actually an older member who was 57 and had 4 kids. Rock was no longer active in the streets and had just come down from dinner to chop it up with some of the younger dudes. It ain't clear who killed Rock and Alamo, but it was rumored to have been committed by members of KTS. Mad Max and Rock was close homies, and his death really—
that's the shit, bro. It's like, people are mainly focused on that old block and FBG Duck crew, like gang and shit. There's different shit going on that I personally didn't know. Probably you guys did, but I did not know about this shit at all. Like, bro, like, this shit is mind-blowing, bro. Like, but we're gonna discover this shit together, though. You know what I'm saying? That's what I'm saying. Subscribe for the journey.
After he was killed, Max vowed to get revenge on KTS. A few months later, in October 2012, 33-year-old Carlos Alexander, aka No Limit Big Los, was murdered in the 7900 block of South Escabana Avenue. He was walking outside of his crib around 10:30 a.m. when 2 dudes ran up and opened fire before fleeing on foot. Big Los wasn't just one of Max's OGs, but also his blood uncle. So his death really turned him into a savage, and he was out for revenge. Around 1 p.m. on November 10th, 2012, Anthony Bagsby, aka Bud from Lakeside, was walking down the 2600 block of East 79th Street when he was approached by 3 or 4 men and shot several times. He was rushed to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, but later pronounced dead. A memorial for Bud.
And that's one shit too, bro. If you a gang member, why the fuck you walking, bro? Bro, we lost O.D. Perry by riding his bike. If you know I know he was young, but if you know you acting in these streets, bro, stay in the crib, bro. You feel what I'm saying? Like, all these rappers that we losing, bro, like, from not just the gang shit, like, just how they just being killed. You know what I'm saying? Like, walking down the street, you going to the corner store, like, you walking to the corner store, fam, you active in these streets, bro. Like, I'm not, like, bro, fuck walking with a pole on you, bro. Fuck the pole. Stay your ass to the crib, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you got a whip, like, bro, whip your shit to the corner store, or, like, shit, buy your shit during the day, or, I don't know, send somebody out there for you. That's not active. But I know this shit's it's not what y'all think about when you in there, cause like shit, niggas be so young, you feel me? Niggas just be like I just said just it's not stupid, but it's like closed-minded. They don't think about the type of shit that would happen if they, you feel me? I'm not a gang member, but like, if I was, I don't know how to move. Like, a nigga wouldn't catch me lacking, really. You feel me? Like, that's just on me, bro. I don't know.
Corner near where he was killed.
Niggas
Friends and loved ones admitted he was a known gang member, but also a mellow guy who just hung around the wrong crowd. No one was arrested for Bud's murder, but it was rumored to have been committed by members of NLMB, including Mad Max, who was out looking for ops after the murder of Rock and Alamo. Plus, it's been rumored that Bud was present for the murder of Big Los,
allegedly,
Max's uncle. But Max ain't stopped there. He kept seeking revenge for all the people close to him that he lost. On April 4th, 2013, a Lakeside member named D'Angelo Simmons, aka Lolo, was walking down the street with another man not far from his home when 2 gunmen approached him and opened fire.
Walking again.
Lolo was shot in the chest and rushed to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he was pronounced dead later that day. According to friends and family, Lolo was out shopping for a family trip and was walking home when he got shot. A family friend said he was a good kid who was just in the wrong place at the wrong time. Police never identified the man who was with Lolo when he was killed. but it's been rumored that it was another member of Lakeside named Mac Main. Mac Main was allegedly one of the dudes who was in the car that fired at members of NLMB the day Rock and Alamo were killed. No one was ever arrested for Lolo's murder, but according to rumors, it was Mad Max who shot Lolo while Mac Main ran away. G Herbo was supposedly with him when it happened and chased after Mac Main, shooting him in the leg. But this is an unconfirmed rumor because Mac Main never went to the hospital and was never identified by police as the person with Lolo when he was killed. Both Bud and Lolo was respected members of Lakeside. Members of No Limit often use their deaths to mock their enemies, talking about smoking on Bud and Lolo in songs and on social media. This only turned up the war between Lakeside and NLMB. But the summer of 2013 was also a wild time in the war between No Limit and Black Mob. Around that time, No Limit lost 2 members, Simo and Tracy, but they was quick to get their revenge. In June 2013, 24-year-old Jordan Jefferson, a member of Black Mob, was shot in the head in the 2400 block of East 75th Street. He was pronounced dead on the scene by the Cook County Medical Examiner. A pastor at a local church, Reverend Isaac Whitman, said that Jordan was helping him earlier that day, carrying supplies into his office. He attended service afterward, but said that he wasn't certain about joining the church. Jefferson and Whitman's son then walked to a corner store. The pastor heard 3 shots and looked up and saw Jordan laying on the ground. Allegedly, it was Mad Max and a group of other dudes from NLMB who saw Jordan and ran up on him, shooting him 3 times. So, Max was just racking up bodies, and that was allegedly his 3rd murder in less than a year. On August 10, 2013, NLMB took a major L after losing a respected member named Kobe. Jacoby Heron, aka Kobe, was shot and killed outside of a McDonald's in the 2400 block of South Oglesby Avenue. Kobe was close to G Herbo, who talks about him in interviews and even named a mixtape after him called Ballin' Like I'm Kobe. Just before he was killed, Kobe was chilling with Herb and some other NLMB members on the block shooting dice, but suddenly decided he wanted to go home. They offered him a ride, he said he wanted to walk. But just a few minutes after he left, they heard gunshots and ran down the block to find Kobe dead on the street. No one was ever arrested for the murder, but it's rumored it was KTS Vaughn and another dude named Pasto. Kobe was a well-loved member of NLMB, so his death was a major loss to the gang and only increased attention. After that, they was on the hunt for Vaughn and Pasto. But before they can get to him, Max allegedly took out a member of Black Mob for the 2nd time that same year. Around 10 a.m. on August 13, 2013, a 34-year-old man named Eric Chisholm was killed by a shooter in a passing SUV on the 7400 block of South Colfax Avenue. Chisholm was standing with at least one other person when a light-colored SUV drove by and let off shots. He was rushed to Northwestern Memorial Hospital, where he was later pronounced dead. Cops later identified Eric as a known gang member from Black Mob, but according to one witness who knew him from the neighborhood, Eric wasn't an active member and just had a baby. So it's not clear whether or not he was affiliated or just an innocent bystander. No one was arrested for Eric's murder, but it's rumored that Mad Max may have been involved. NLMB was still out for revenge over the death of Kobe. By the end of the year, they got what they was after by taking out one of his alleged killers, Pasto. On November 23rd, 2013, Tyshawn Pasto Anderson was shot in the head in the 2700 block of East 80th Street, just around the corner from where he lived. Pasto was standing in the hallway when someone started shooting. He was rushed to the hospital in critical condition, but pronounced dead around 11:50 p.m. Police said Pasto was a documented gang member. A family member said he was a typical teenager who liked playing video games and messing around with electronics. He was struggling in school, he was looking into alternative education programs. But they admitted he had problems with gangs at school in the past and just got out of jail 5 days before he died. No one was ever arrested for Pasto's murder, but it's rumored that it was Crazy James and Mad Max from NLMB who was out for revenge after the death of Kobe. Pasto was a well-loved member of KTS. After that, members of No Limit would diss Pasto and raps and on social media to get at their ops, which added even more fuel to the beef. Over the next year, Mad Max got arrested several times, which slowed down his activities in the streets. On July 21st, he was arrested for reckless conduct. Then, on October 17th, he got arrested for not wearing a seatbelt and driving without a license. He'd quickly be released for that crime, only to get arrested for disorderly conduct a week later. So Max was caught up most of that year and wasn't as active in the streets. On June 23rd, 2015, KTS Vaughn, one of NLMB's main ops, was shot and killed. No one knows exactly who killed him, but there's multiple theories. Vaughn was walking by himself in the 7500 block of South Ellis Avenue when passengers in the SUV spotted him and hopped out and shot him multiple times in the body, then in the head. According to rumors, he was high off Xanax at the time of his death and wasn't aware of his surroundings. The 21-year-old was pronounced dead at the scene when police arrived. Vaughn was one of KTS's most active members and had enemies in several rival gangs. No one really knows who caught Vaughn lacking that night, but one theory is that it was members of NLMB, including Mad Max.
It just be that one night
KTS
that you
Vaughn
let
also
go,
referred to
bro.
himself
Like,
as Big Cutthroat the Smoker. Right after Vaughn was killed, Mad Max started calling himself the Smoker on IG, which made many believe he was taking credit for the hit.
Anywhere, bro.
This might have been just another way to get at his ops. In 2016, Mad Maxx started going through more legal problems and got arrested multiple times for things like weapons possession. But all that changed the following year, and by 2017, Max was back at it. On July 10th, 2017, Black Mob lost one of his top shooters and most famous rappers, Shooter Shells. About 3 months before his death, Shooter Shells dropped a savage diss track called Death of 150, where he took shots at several dead members from No Limit, including dudes like Rock, Kobe, and Fazo, who G Herbo's rapped about many times in his own music. On top of that, Shooter Shells was also a shooter and claimed to have several bodies at the time of his death. So, after he dropped Death of 150, he became No Limit's main target. Shooter Shells was walking to his car in the Auburn Gresham neighborhood when 3 men ran up and shot him multiple times in the head and body. According to police, he was shot approximately 15 to 18 times until he was unrecognizable, and they recovered as many as 43 shells at the scene. Just 2 months before his death, the FBI opened an investigation into the violence between Black Mob and No Limit. After an investigation into the murder, they determined that it was likely connected to the beef and the diss track Shooter Shells dropped just months before his death. No one was ever arrested, but it's been rumored that Mad Maxx was one of the men involved. Years after his death, a police report identified Max as one of the primary suspects in the murder. But before the police could catch up to him, the streets got him first. On August 3rd, 2018, Max was moving into a building in the 7600 block of South Kingston Avenue. While outside, he allegedly spotted an op from Lakeside and quickly ran toward the building to escape. But he didn't get away and was chased down and shot twice, once in the stomach and once in the arm. Max was found slumped over in the courtyard and rushed to the hospital in critical condition. At first, it seemed like Max was gonna pull through. Doctors kept him alive for an entire month after he was shot, but he later died from his injuries on September 3rd, 2018. A few days after the murder, police arrested a member of Lakeside named Terrell Webb, aka Hell Rel. A witness came forward and identified him as the shooter, and when they arrested him, police found a weapon on him. But there's also been rumors that Max allegedly snitched on his deathbed. While he was in the hospital, slowly dying from his injuries, police came to his room and questioned him about the shooting. Supposedly, they convinced Max to provide a videotape statement identifying Hell Rel as the killer. This tape was never used in court, and Hell Rel was later released due to lack of evidence. But the rumor that he snitched put dirt on Max's name. Many of his ops claim he put in all that work in the streets, only to have it all mean nothing because he snitched. Whether or not Max actually snitched has never been proven, but members of No Limit still honor him and give him his respect as one of their most active members. Like many dudes who got respect in the streets, Mad Maxx ain't no one to hang it up.
Sad,
if he hadn't got killed, he probably would have just kept going until the feds caught up with him. But in the end, he made himself too much of a target, and it was only a matter of time before all the dirt he did
comes with
came
it,
back
bro.
around to him.
Like everybody been saying, bro. That's what dead ass come with it, fam. Like, you gotta understand, bro. Like, I understand a lot of niggas really, like I've been saying, bro. Like, I'm not that old, bro. I'm 24 years old, 2025, July 11th. But I've been around OGs that not like they gang members, like not all gang members, like not only OGs like gang members. You feel me? Like a lot of older people. I'm Haitian, so a lot of people been telling me, yo, like don't be around that crowd, and I always listen. Like my peoples, like who I grew up with, fam. Like I wasn't able to be like I was not allowed to be around certain kids when I was raised. You feel me? So in my head, bro, like whatever, like I hear that's bad, I know it's bad and I stay away from it. But that's just me. Like you can't really tell these kids that lost so many friends that I haven't really lost a homie that I know of. You feel me? And thank God for that. Like I hope it stays that way. You know what I'm saying? I love all my homies. You feel me? And that shit would have hurt me if bro, that shit would have killed me, honestly. That shit would have had me really off some heavy shit. But I'm glad that like they up right now. But for these niggas that lost them, bro, like you gotta understand, bro, that's just pain. Like you gonna want to get revenge, and that's how this shit start. Like once you lose one, you want to get somebody else off, and it just go back and forth, and y'all just end up losing friends like every fucking other day, bro. The pain will never stop, like honestly. Cause everybody keep on losing and they want more. Like look at fucking whatever Brody name is. This shot him 15 to 16 times and he was unrecognizable, my nigga. Like there was the bro. You feel me? Like shit, bro. Like honestly, bro. Whoever gangbang and you survived it, fam. Congrats. But if I felt like you wanna be a gangbanger now, bro. Hey, it's your decision, brother. I can't do shit for you, bro. You see what's going on. Everybody been telling you, bro, this is not the life that you want. It's only two shit that you get out of it. jail for life, and death. And none of these shits are fun. I've never been arrested. Like I said, bro, I'm just a tattooed Haitian with a fucking clean record. You feel me? Like, and I love saying that shit. Like, I brag about it a lot. Because I know, like, some niggas who wish to get a fucking job in job places. I got tattoos, I got a high-paying job. You feel me? Like, it's like your record speaks for itself. And like I said, for the young guys, bro, like, it's I know it's not easy, fam. I can see why you do what you do, but I just feel like there's a different way that you could cope with it. You know what I'm saying? Make sure you subscribe, make sure you like it, make sure you follow me, man. You know what I'm saying? Let's get the channel to 100 subs before the mid of March. Get a little giveaway, man. Gang. Bye.
I remember going to work at 10 and getting off by 2.